We are taking a look here at the rosters, and so underneath this tab here of Coach and Roster at the bottom, then it says Roster, and it says click here to add a roster table by using Table Press, then paste the short code in this box. So we click here, and we have our tables that have already been created. We also have this button up here for import. That's going to be the way we're doing it this time. You could also just add it new and do it from scratch directly within here. What we're wanting to do right now, though, is to do one of two things. We can either upload a file that we already have, or we can do manual input, and then what you would do is you would just paste in what's in a file. We're going to do the pasting in. We found a lot of times that turns out to work out a little better. So we already have this here. This was, at least at one time, the list of players for West St. John. I don't know if it's 100% current or not, but that's what we have right now. And so then you paste this in here. You can just leave it as it is, and then we have here to add it as a new table, and then you click import, and it should put it into rows and columns. Yes, and it does. And then we have our table ID up here. Now you can just leave it at 6, and that's totally fine, but you can also name it what it is, and so you can have West St. John, and it won't let you do any spaces, but there we go. And so then if you ever change this, though, then it does change the shortcode, and the old shortcode would not work. But I think it's a little easier to know that it's always just going to be the name of the school there. And you can give it a specific name if you want, I guess we can, but it's not going to show up anywhere as it is right now, and neither is the description. You look through here, everything looks like it should be basically correct, and we have some options down here. You could change these if you want to, but I think that it should be that by default most things are right. Oh, it does only have 10 rows right now. You might want to have more than 10 rows showing up at a time. The football team, you could show them all at once. It's a pretty long table. I think we'll go with 45 right now, but you do whatever you want. Everything should be mostly as it needs to be. So we're going to click Save Changes, and that was successful. And then you can copy this here. And so we're going to just copy that. You could also right click and copy it if you want to make sure. And then you come back over here to where you have this little text field. And we're going to click Update. You wouldn't really be able to preview this directly, because if you click Preview, it'll take you to the home page for the football team, and that would not get you what you need. So as that's happening, we're going to click Visit Site. And we're going to go to West St. John and click on their roster, and then now we have that whole roster in there. And we have these next and previous buttons here. You can also sort by position or by player name or by number or grade, and then you can search for people as well if you're looking for a particular person that you care about. And that should be mostly it. If you're ever wanting to make changes to this, then you can do it one of two ways. You can either upload a new Excel file, or you can come in here and make the changes directly. I would think it would make more sense to just maintain a file that is an Excel file for you all, and then continually update it all at once rather than editing it directly in here. If you're ever wanting to come in and replace that information, you can come back and do import just like what we did before, and either paste or upload it here. Let's see, it looks like I need that information back. Nope, that's not it. I think this is it here. There we go. Okay, so now we could just copy this, paste it in again, but then this time instead of doing add as a new table, then you would say replace existing table, and then you choose the one here that you need, and it's West St. John. And then if you click import, it will overwrite the entire thing with this new information. You could also append it to that table, and that'd mean if you just had like a few lines that you're adding at the end, you could add that in as well. But I think most of the time you'll just want to replace it, and that will be the easiest option. It's fairly simple to do, but if you have any questions, feel free to let us know, and we're happy to help you out with that process.